All right, let's get right into it. You know, when a team goes on a crazy winning streak, it's really easy to just look at the numbers and be impressed. But what if the real story isn't that they're winning, but how they're doing it? Today, we're going to break down Al-Nassr's incredible run by looking at two totally different wins that actually tell one single powerful story. And it all starts with this number right here, 15. That's 15 wins in a row in the Saudi Pro League. I mean, that is just a machine. It's a run that has shot them straight to the top of the table. It's pure dominance. But to really, truly get what makes this team tick, we have to look past the number itself. And that brings us to the big question, right? Are all wins really the same? Does a wild, chaotic 5-2 comeback tell you the same thing about a team as a gritty, hard-fought 1-0 victory? Well, we're about to see that the way a team wins, especially when they're under pressure, that's what reveals its true character. So first up, we've got the thriller, a wild, wild game against the league's bottom team, Al-Najma. Now, on paper, you'd think this would be a walk in the park, right? But it turned into an absolute roller coaster, a real test of Al-Nassr's firepower. And this quote pretty much says it all. Al-Nassr, playing with that super high defensive line they're known for, they get caught out. Al-Najma, the massive underdog, breaks through and scores first. Just like that, the stadium goes silent, the league leaders are trailing at home, and suddenly the impossible feels, well, possible. Just look at the sheer chaos on this timeline. It's nuts. They go down, they manage to equalize right before halftime, only to concede again right after the break. But here's the thing. Look at that response. 3 goals in just over 20 minutes to completely flip the game on its head. This wasn't just a comeback. It was a furious, explosive statement. And this just shows you the firepower we're talking about. The goals were coming from everywhere. You've got Al-Hamdan getting one, a double from Mané, and a double from Ronaldo. When this team gets pushed into a corner, they don't just gently push back. They unleash an absolute offensive storm that their opponents just can't weather. Okay, so that's one way to win. But now let's shift gears completely. We go from that high-scoring thriller to a tense, nerve-shredding 1-0 grind against a really tough Al-Ettifaq side. And believe me, this was a totally different kind of test. This game wasn't a firefight. It was a chess match. It was all about tough tackles, missed chances, and some heroic moments in defense. I mean, one of the key moments early on was a desperate goal line clearance from Al-Ettifaq's Jack Hendry. That just shows you how tight and contested this thing was from the very first whistle. So the whole game, all 90 minutes of it, basically came down to this one single sequence. Al-Ettifaq gets this massive chance, could have been 1-0, but the Al-Nassr keeper makes an incredible save. And then boom, they launch an immediate counter, and within seconds, Talisca is scoring at the other end. Total punishment. Like the commentator said at the time, isn't that just football? And that's exactly what this win was all about. It wasn't pretty, it certainly wasn't dominant, it was about pure resilience. It was about grabbing that one critical moment in a 90-minute war and then having the discipline and the grit to see it through. This is what we call winning ugly, and it's a huge part of any champion's toolkit. So you have these two completely different games, right? A blowout and a nail-biter. How do you connect them? Well, the answer, as it so often does, comes down to Cristiano Ronaldo, who played two totally different but equally vital roles in each match. This table really breaks it down perfectly. Against Al-Najma, he was the classic finisher, right? Bagging 2 crucial goals, leading that comeback. But against Al-Ettifaq, he didn't even score. Instead, his job was different. His movement, his presence, it constantly pulled defenders out of position. And that created the space that other players, like Talisca, needed to be the hero. He was the difference maker in both games, just in completely different ways. So when you put these two wins side by side, what do you really learn? You see, it's not a story of two different teams. It's the story of one single team that has two completely different ways to win. And here are the two blueprints laid out for us. On one hand, they have the firepower. They can just outscore you, overwhelm you with their star players, and respond to setbacks with pure force. But, on the other hand, they have the grit. They can grind out a result, rely on their defense, and have the nerve to win it all in one decisive moment. And that really is the bottom line. Winning 15 games in a row isn't just about being talented. It's about being versatile. It's about being a chameleon. The ability to adapt to whatever the game throws at you, that's what separates the really great teams from the merely good ones. Which, of course, leaves us with one final thought. A team that can win with both breathtaking fireworks and with the gritty fist fight, that is a truly formidable opponent. They've proven they can handle absolute chaos, and they've proven they can handle a cagey, tactical battle. So the question really isn't if they can win anymore. It's can anyone out there find a way to stop them?